Hey guys, my name is Blake. I'm from H&B Travels. In this video, we're going to talk about the top changes and the top things you need to know about if you are even thinking about going on a cruise in 2023. Now, if you are already booked for 2023, this video especially applies to you. There's some major things happening, some major policies and procedures that are changing, and these are the things that you need to know. Thanks for watching as always. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. Hey guys, my name is Blake. I'm from... Alright guys, a lot of the changes and a lot of people are not happy about this is the muster drill. Disney Cruise Line and Norwegian Cruise Line are now going back to the in-person muster drill. I'm not a fan of the in-person muster drill. It is nice to be able to just watch that video in your cabin, call that number, and say that you did it. You know your muster station. I don't know why they would be going back to these. Most of the cruise lines, I feel like, have adapted to this. A lot of people are more happy with this. They send you to your room, you dial that number, and you are done. There's no more of that claustrophobic standing close to each other, 50 by 50 wide, and just pandemonium, essentially. If you've never been to one, it's hot. Normally it's outside. But now, these cruise lines are listening. They're hearing the people that like these muster drills. So hopefully it stays. But like I said, Disney Cruise Lines and Norwegian Cruise Lines are going back to that. All right, guys, a lot of the changes and a lot of people are not happy about this is the dress code. More like a suggestion. More cruise lines are talking about going casual, as in country club casual. I don't know what that means. If you can tell me what country club casual means, all I picture is a old man in some slacks with maybe a bowling shirt tucked in. I don't think that's the trend, but maybe it is. I don't know. Hannah and I always bring something kind of fancy, kind of casual. We like to get dressed up for the fancy night to be able to take some pictures and feel kind of formal. But yeah, cruise lines like Virgin, they will say, come as you are. Come in shorts, come in t-shirts. I don't know if they'll allow swimsuits in the dining room, but you know, most of these cruise lines are now getting the hint that people just want to come to dinner dressed how they want to. There shouldn't be some type of dress code. I personally enjoy seeing people dressed up, you know, at least one night out of a cruise, whether it's a week-long cruise or whatnot. I like seeing everybody get fancied and kind of people walking around with a glass of champagne and doing their thing. But yeah, I'm for it. You know, people should be able to dress how you want. Like I said, we always bring a couple different outfits. Hannah brings 18 different outfits, but we won't go there. Yeah, so I'm for it. What do you guys think? What if you're on a 5-day cruise? How many fancy outfits do you bring? Give us some suggestions. We're still kind of learning what fits in the suitcase and what is comfortable to wear on a cruise ship. Obviously, if you go somewhere warm, you want to bring something kind of light. What do you pack? What is your suggestions? What is some tips that you can share with others? We enjoy it. I don't think anything should change. I think, I do like the come as you are, and that be that. Next thing I want to talk about is the check-in process. Now, a lot of these companies will have a check-in process right here on your phone. You can download their app. You can fill out all the health questionnaires. You can do your onboard payment. You can do your picture. You can upload your passport information. You can do whatever. A lot of the cruise companies, if not most of them now, have the app specifically for the cruise line. You can message each other. If you're on the ship, you can see the itinerary. You can see what's happening. We love it. We love being able to just pull up if we're at the pool or wherever we're at a show. We can see what's next. Sometimes you can even save them. It's just super, super easy. So a lot of the cruise lines I feel like are transitioning. I still like getting the papers in the staterooms to be able to, when you come back from dinner and you see that your stateroom is made up, you can have that paper. You can bring a little highlighter. Pro tip, bring a little highlighter and mark out what you want to do for that next day. What do you guys think about the apps, having them on your phone? We love it. I hope they continue to do it. Hopefully they can progress. Next thing I want to talk about is the check-in process. Now, a lot of these companies will have a check-in. Let's talk about flexible dining. Now, during the pandemic, when my wife and I cruised, we have the My Time dining, when you could show up to the dinner table and they would sit you at a table and you got fed, essentially. Now, most of the cruise lines are now going back to the set time dining. So you have normally 1, 2, or 3 times that you are assigned, or depending on your class, you can pick. But these are set time dinings. So if you are a 7:30 dining time, if you are not there at that time, or even 15, 20 minutes late, you are not eating dinner at that time. You either have to go to the buffet or see if the maitre d' can fit you into another dining. But if you're not there at that time, you're SOL, you're going to the buffet. A lot of people are unhappy with this. Some people like it, some people don't. A lot of the seating has changed too in the dining room. So you're now getting more 2 to 4 person tables due to the pandemic hopefully going away. There's a lot more close contact now. Instead of sitting at one big table or separated, you can now dine with just 2 or 4 or however many are in your group. They're a lot more open and flexible. So that's something to look forward to. How do you feel about the fixed time dining? How do you feel about getting assigned that one time and then having to go? And if you don't make it, a lot of people, you go to the pool, you take that nap, then you wake up, you get ready, then you go. What if that nap goes a little bit longer this time? And what happens if you don't make that My Time dining? What do you think? Let me know in the comments. All right, this next one is for those that tend to get seasick, motion sick, or if you're scared of booking a cruise and you feel like you may get seasick, this one is for you. So the newer cruise ships and even some older cruise ships have these things called cruise stabilizers. And these are the fins that come out when you're underway, and they help stabilize the ship from listing back and forth. This helps, a lot of people, even my mother and father-in-law, they're scared to take a cruise because they're scared that they may get sick or they may not feel right. On our last cruise, Hannah, she had the patches, she had the tablets under the tongue. I saw some people wearing those C-bands. It's a thing of the past. These newer cruise ships, especially the newer ones, or the new ones coming out, they have the greatest technology that you can ever imagine. They've got the ballast tanks on board. They've got the stabilizers, they've got, just everything that you can think of to help you have a more enjoyable experience. So if you are a new cruiser and you're scared of the motion sickness, look online, look on YouTube, see what people's reviews are of the ship. You can even probably Google the statistics of how the ship was made, if they have those stabilizers, but most of the newer and even some older ones have them already. So don't be worried about it. It's a floating city, as they say. Don't be worried about it. It's fine. We had our last cruise on the MSC Divina. We didn't feel any motion at all. And we had some rainy days. So, we were fine. Hannah was fine. Everybody was happy. We had a great cruise. So if you're worried about that, all right, this next one is for those that tend to get seasick, motion sick, or if you're scared of booking a cruise and you feel... All right, if internet is important to you during your cruise, listen up. 2023, big companies such as Royal Caribbean have signed up for the SpaceX service. So that basically means that your internet's going to be faster, better, and more reliable. I know when we first started cruising, probably, 6, 7 years ago, internet sucked. I'll be frank with you, it really sucked. You couldn't really scroll on Facebook, you couldn't check any emails, anything like that. But the more and more time that passes, internet is getting better, especially in the newer ships that have been coming out. From what I've read and what I've seen is that you're actually getting your own router in your room. So you're able to get fast internet, reliable internet wherever you go. And with the SpaceX internet shindig, I should say, from the satellites up in space, you're going to be getting great internet. And this has been an issue in the past. A lot of the times when I see YouTube streamers trying to go live, it's always buffering or kind of breaking in and out. So hopefully this is the next step into the future of cruising. It's a controversial subject. I know sometimes people just like to unplug, and that is great. But sometimes you have people that need to stay connected at home, whether you have kids or work or anything like that. This is a big step forward. Those who don't need the internet while at sea, I commend you. I know I personally couldn't do it. I like to check in on family and see what's happening. A short 2 or 3 day cruise, I can completely understand. But when you have a week-long cruise, 10-day cruise, it's definitely tough. So yeah, this is a huge step forward, and hopefully more companies like Royal Caribbean will step forward and sign up for that SpaceX SpaceX shindig. I don't know what the classification of words you want to use for it, but yeah, I think it's going to be great. So this next one really was interesting to me, is that the newer the ship, it seems like they are making more classes of rooms. Let me give you an example. Let's say you're sailing solo. Sometimes the newer ships will have a solo cabin, so it would only have that one bed and a little bit smaller space compared to double occupancy, just like all the other ones do. Some of them have the family suites, to where you've got a separate room for the adults and bunk beds for the children. It seems to be a more popular choice, a more budget-friendly choice, so you're not paying for that double occupancy if you're only sailing for one person. I've seen for example, on the MSC class ship, the one that just came out of the Seascape, you can actually book a solo studio. So you are just, basically everything is just in one room. There's no private areas. You're just in there by yourself. You don't have to worry about anything else. It's kind of like a studio apartment, as you would imagine anywhere, even in, like New York City, something small, something that you're just in there just to get your business done, and you'll be back out on the ship. I think this was a great idea. This is something that's been long awaited by passengers, because there's no sense of paying for double occupancy if you're just sailing by yourself. So if your cruise fare was $900 for you, and you're sailing in a double occupancy room, you're having to pay an additional $900 for that passenger that's not even there. So that tends to be a turn off for most single solo passengers if they just want to cruise by themselves. I know that would be I probably wouldn't book a fare if I had to pay double, unless it was something that I really, really wanted to do. Yeah, so kudos to the cruise lines of now they are really starting to rely on social media, people that are leaving reviews, voicing their opinions. So keep up that work, keep up the reviews, and voice what you like, what you don't like, what you think can improve. And those little comment cards that they give or send out an email, those really help out to be able to commend your stewardess. If anybody went above and beyond, leave the comments, give them what you think, and then they can change if they get enough comments or concerns or anything that can be changed. That helps. So keep on rocking on. All right, guys, that's going to wrap up this episode. I appreciate you watching. Be sure to hit that subscribe button down below for us. That really helps us out. And let us know if you guys have a trip planned this year. We want to know where you guys are going, what's your favorite spot, what cruise line you're going on. Leave us some tips so other people can read. If you have any tips or tricks or anything that you have regarding any type of travel, let us know. We'd love to share that with everybody else. And once again, we appreciate you watching. We look forward to seeing you guys next time. Cheers. This is a big thing that's really taking the cruise industry by storm, and these newer ships are getting bigger and better. And yeah, you should definitely look at getting I don't know where I'm going with this. All right, guys, this next new category is cruise ship stabilize. I got a piece of hair in my eye. There it is.